Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Deirdre, and this is an historic day for me. This is my first poetry slam ever, and I have my first photos in a photography exhibit at Widener, where I'm a staff member. So this just feels really special to be here. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you today about some good intentions I had in my childhood. I grew up in an idyllic, wonderful place called Queens, New York. I grew up on the block, 85th Street in Woodhaven. It's not far from Kennedy Airport. We have Jamaica Avenue and the J train a couple blocks away. 10 blocks east or west is East New York, right into Brooklyn. And I just had a really fun childhood. And I'm married to a Swede who grew up on the Baltic coast. And he played in forests and swam in the Baltic and rode his bike around. And when he comes to visit my family, when they still live there, he's just like, no, we're not going to live here. I was like, but my house is not attached to any other house, like all the other houses on the block. But we just spent our days out on the street. We didn't play in our backyards. We were out on the sidewalk, out on the stoops, playing every game imaginable from sunup to sundown. And when thinking about the theme of good intentions, I was thinking about some of my good intentions in my childhood, where I was pretty curious. And these are some kind of science experiments I conducted when I was probably around 5, just to see what would happen, some things that I thought about. And the first one was, I remember being at the top of my stairs in my house on the second floor and looking down and thinking, if I did a somersault down, would I roll like a ball down to the bottom of the stairs? And so I tried it, and I did not roll down like a ball. I slammed my back and probably slid the rest of the way and made a very loud noise, and my mom came running, and it hurt a lot. So, my intention was good, but the lesson, I learned a lesson. Another lesson that I thought about was, I remember playing with some of my siblings and some friends, and we were playing with the family tree house, the little green tree house with little people, and you press the thing on the top and the leaves pop up and you see all the little rooms in there. And I remember playing with that, and then I had to go to the bathroom, so I went, and I had a little sister that I was playing with. That was my little person. And I went to the bathroom, and then I thought, what would happen if I put sister in the toilet and flushed? Would she stay, or would she go down the toilet? And so I flushed it, and she went down the toilet, never saw sister again. And then I came back to my friends and siblings, and they're like, where's little sister? Oh, I flushed her down the toilet. And then the last one, here, probably like 5 or 6, or maybe younger for that one, but I just had a lot of curiosity and things like this. And I remember I was out on my block, and I was roller skating, which I love to do, and it was the silver ones that you adjust to your sneaker, and you had tighten it with the key, and I probably wore the key around my neck on a chain, or maybe I just read about that. But I remember going up and down the street, and sometimes I would go into the street. When I say up and down the street, I was on the sidewalk, because I was probably around 5 or 6, and I'd go in and out of the curb and stuff. And then I remember thinking, if I lay down in the middle of the street and a car came, I would not get run over, because the wheels would be on either side. So let me go lie down in the street and see what happens. So I remember lying in the street, and I lived on 85th Street. It was a one-way, and traffic came on the way from 91st Avenue up to Jamaica Avenue. Like, we could play in the street for a while without a car coming, but it was all lined with cars, parked cars, and so anyway, I was just lying there, and then all of a sudden I heard, Dee! And my neighbor Margie came out, and she lived right next door to us, and I jumped up and skated into my house, probably hid out all day, because I remember I just felt so afraid that I was going to get in trouble for my science experiment or whatever it was I was thinking about. And so I'm really grateful to Margie for coming out to rescue me. And so then just to wrap it up, I went to Catholic grammar school, and every quarter or semester, I would get my report card, and I'd either get, all A's, but I'd always get one B, and that B would either be in math or science. So if I got an A in science, I would get a B in math, and vice versa. So just from my experiences in my childhood and my experience in grammar school, I just decided, I never was going to be a scientist, and that's why I became an English major. So thank you.